Tyson Fury vs. Alexander Usyk 3 is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated trilogies in modern boxing history, a collision not just of two elite heavyweights, but of two philosophies of fighting. Their first two bouts delivered everything the sport promises: drama, skill, controversy, and raw emotion, and their third encounter promises to settle once and for all who truly deserves the title of undisputed heavyweight king. The story began with what seemed like an impossible dream for fans. For years, the heavyweight division had been divided, with belts scattered between champions who often avoided one another due to politics, promoters, and networks. But in 2024, the long-awaited unification between Tyson Fury, the self-proclaimed Gypsy King, and Alexander Usyk, the master technician from Ukraine, finally happened. Their first fight was a masterclass in styles: Fury's towering frame and psychological warfare against Usyk's sublime footwork and surgical precision. Usyk entered the ring calm, almost serene, while Fury, ever the showman, danced, taunted, and played to the crowd. Yet when the bell rang, it was Usyk's discipline and movement that dictated the pace. Fury tried to bully him early, leaning his 270-pound frame on the smaller man in clinches, throwing uppercuts in close quarters, and using his jab to keep Usyk off balance. But Usyk, with his rhythmic rhythm and constant angles, found ways to land counter shots that frustrated Fury. In the later rounds, Usyk's conditioning and accuracy began to tell. His left hand repeatedly pierced through Fury's guard, and in the ninth round, a combination sent Fury reeling to the ropes. Though Fury survived to the final bell, the judges handed Usyk a split decision victory, a result that made him the first undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis in 1999. The decision ignited immediate debate. Many of Fury's supporters argued that he had controlled the earlier rounds and done enough to win, while others praised Usyk's clean, effective punching. What was undeniable was that both fighters walked away with immense respect for each other and a desire to run it back. The rematch was inevitable. The second fight, held in early 2025, was a war of adjustments. Fury came in noticeably leaner, shedding some weight to improve his mobility. He was more patient this time, focusing on using his jab to disrupt Usyk's timing. Usyk, however, looked sharper than ever, darting in and out with surgical precision. The first few rounds were a chess match, each man trying to solve the other's rhythm. Fury's jab was crisp, and his right hand occasionally caught Usyk's attention, but Usyk's bodywork and sharp left hands began to slow the giant down. In the middle rounds, Fury's experience began to show. He trapped Usyk on the ropes, landing heavy body shots that visibly took a toll. Usyk, always resilient, refused to wilt. He countered with his trademark flurries, landing quick 3- and 4-punch combinations that scored points and disrupted Fury's rhythm. The fight was razor close going into the championship rounds. Fury looked to impose his size again, clinching and mauling, but Usyk found openings and punished him with short hooks. When the final bell rang, the arena buzzed with uncertainty. The decision came down to another split verdict, this time in favor of Fury. The Gypsy King roared in triumph, holding his arms aloft while Usyk nodded stoically, knowing that the rivalry was far from over. Now, with both men having claimed one victory each, the third and final fight has taken on mythical proportions. It's no longer just about belts. It's about legacy. It's about who can truly be called the greatest heavyweight of this era. For Fury, it's a chance to cement himself as one of the all-time greats, a man who conquered not only the division, but the demons that once nearly ended his career. For Usyk, it's about etching his name in history as a smaller man who mastered giants through skill, intelligence, and heart. The build-up to the trilogy has been as fiery as expected. Fury has returned to his mind games, calling Usyk a middleweight pretending to be a heavyweight, claiming he'll crush him like a Coke can. Usyk, ever composed, has countered with quiet confidence, reminding fans that words don't win fights, punches do. Behind the scenes, both camps have been pushing their narratives. Team Fury insists their man has figured Usyk out, that the adjustments in the second fight proved that when Fury is in shape and focused, he's unbeatable. Team Usyk argues that their fighter was robbed in the rematch and that this time he will leave no doubt. Analysts are split. Some believe Fury's size, ring IQ, and unpredictability give him the edge. Standing 6'9" with an 85-inch reach, Fury can fight on the inside or from range, switching stances and adapting to any opponent. When he's motivated, few can match his combination of agility and power. Others, however, favor Usyk's discipline, footwork, and relentless consistency. Usyk, a former undisputed cruiserweight champion, has proven that his skills transcend divisions. His conditioning is elite, his timing unmatched, and his mental fortitude unshakable. Training footage leading up to the fight has revealed two very different approaches. Fury has been focusing on speed and stamina, sparring with smaller, faster fighters to prepare for Usyk's rhythm. His camp has emphasized movement, head control, and volume punching, a strategy designed to counter Usyk's angles. Meanwhile, Usyk has doubled down on endurance and reaction drills. Videos show him moving through complex footwork patterns, hitting pads with military precision, and performing grueling underwater resistance training to build strength without losing agility. Their psychological warfare continues outside the gym as well. Fury, never short of theatrics, has taken to social media, taunting Usyk with voice notes, memes, and over-the-top predictions. Usyk, in contrast, keeps things minimal. He posts silent training clips, Bible verses, and the occasional smirk, a stark contrast that only adds to the mystique of their rivalry. Fans love it because the two men embody such different energies. Fury the chaotic entertainer, Usyk the stoic warrior. Promoters are billing the trilogy as The Last Crown, a nod to the fact that this could be the final undisputed heavyweight title fight of the decade. Both men are nearing the twilight of their careers. Fury has hinted at retirement multiple times, saying he wants to focus on his family and health. Usyk, though disciplined as ever, is also approaching 40, and his body has endured years of brutal training. This fight, therefore, carries the weight of finality, not just for the belts, but for their legacies. Tactically, the trilogy could go in many directions. Fury's best chance lies in establishing his jab early and keeping Usyk on the back foot. If he can maintain range and prevent Usyk from setting his feet, he can dictate the fight's pace. He must also avoid overcommitting, as Usyk thrives on exploiting overextensions with sharp counters. Usyk, on the other hand, must rely on his lateral movement, precision punching, and ability to change levels. He cannot afford to get trapped in clinches or allow Fury to lean on him, which drains energy quickly. His goal will be to make Fury miss and pay, piling up points while avoiding big exchanges. What makes this fight fascinating is that both men have already seen each other's best weapons. There will be no surprises, only refinements. Fury knows Usyk's left hand is deadly when he angles off to his right, and Usyk knows Fury's uppercut can come from anywhere. Each man will try to disguise familiar moves with new setups, turning the bout into a chess match where every feint and pivot could change the outcome. The global excitement for Fury vs. Usyk 3 is enormous. From London to Kiev, fans are treating it like a world event, not just a fight. Streaming platforms are already preparing record-breaking broadcasts, and arenas across Europe are competing to host it. Rumors suggest that the trilogy could take place in Saudi Arabia once again, given the region's growing investment in major boxing spectacles. The money is staggering. Reports indicate both fighters will earn upwards of $100 million each. Yet for these two men, it's not about money anymore. It's about history. Usyk's journey from Olympic gold medalist to undisputed cruiserweight champion to unified heavyweight champion is one of the greatest stories in modern boxing. He's done it with humility, discipline, and grace. Fury's path, on the other hand, has been filled with chaos, redemption, and charisma. He's battled mental health struggles, addiction, and public doubt, only to rise again and reclaim his place among the best. Their contrasting arcs make the trilogy more than a sporting event. It's a human story of perseverance and transformation. In the eyes of many purists, Usyk represents the art of boxing, timing, precision, and balance. Fury represents the spirit of boxing, resilience, confidence, and unpredictability. Together, they revived the heavyweight division and reminded the world why this sport still matters. As fight night approaches, predictions flood in from every corner of the boxing world. Some legends, like Lennox Lewis, predict Fury's size and adaptability will be too much for Usyk over 12 rounds. Others, like Evander Holyfield, favor Usyk's fundamentals and discipline, believing he'll outpoint Fury again. The truth is, this fight is impossible to predict because both men are masters of adjustment. One moment of brilliance, one mistake, one perfectly timed punch could swing everything. In the final days before the fight, expect Fury to talk louder than ever, promising destruction and predicting a knockout. Expect Usyk to smile quietly, bow his head, and continue training as if he were the underdog. When the bell finally rings, two eras will collide for the last time. Fury's unpredictable rhythm will meet Usyk's technical symphony. The crowd will roar. The world will watch. And when it's over, one man will walk away as the undisputed heavyweight champion, the true king of the ring. Whether that man is Tyson Fury or Alexander Usyk, the trilogy will stand as a defining moment in boxing history. It's a rare clash where skill, will, and legacy all intersect at their peak. The first fight made Usyk a legend. The second restored Fury's pride. The third will crown the greatest of their time, and perhaps the last undisputed king the heavyweight division will see for a very long while.